What do Edgar Allan Poe, Katie Couric, and Tina Fey have in common? They all went to a college in Charlottesville, Virginia, called the University of Virginia, according to the university's website. How many of you know a college student or someone who will soon be a college student within the next 5 or 10 years? So as you can see, this is a very popular issue. Through a number of facets of the University of Virginia website, and through several visits to their campus, I've learned that they have a lot of very unique traditions and features there. These include the lawn, the rotunda, the honor system, secret societies, and the Beta Bridge. Firstly, the lawn has long been a tradition at the university. This is a big grassy area right in the middle of the grounds, which is pretty much exactly what it sounds like, a lawn. According to the university's magazine, right after the Civil War, students weren't allowed to walk on the lawn because they were trying to preserve the grounds. Then, in the 1880s and 90s, faculty tried to make a deal with students that if they put sidewalks in, students could walk on it and not trap the grass. However, this kind of backfired because then students started playing football on the lawn and tearing it up anyway. Now, the lawn has a very different purpose. The lawn is the center of where students socialize, study, hang out, and play games at the university. Speaking of places where students congregate, another noted part of the University of Virginia is the Rotunda. This was a building created by Thomas Jefferson, the founder of the university, in 1826, which was formed after the Pantheon. He wanted it to be the center of the University of Virginia's learning community. In fact, this is exactly what happened, as it's the center of what is called the academical village, which is where professors and students live and study side by side, according to the University of Virginia website. Another unique part of academics at the University of Virginia is something called the honor system. This is basically a contract that students sign when they accept their offer of admission to the university that says they won't lie, cheat, or steal. According to the University of Virginia website, this was started in 1842 to, quote, ease tensions between students and staff. This is a completely student-run organization and allows students to take take-home tests, etc., without teachers having to worry about them being dishonest and cheating. Students seem to really abide by this code in most cases and take it very seriously, mostly because they know that if they don't, they'll get kicked out of the university. And clearly this works, because only 5% of University of Virginia students have admitted to violating the honor code, while 18% say that they've seen another student violating the honor code. This compares with similar colleges who say that they have seen 43 to 75% of students who violated their honor code. However, the University of Virginia is not all studying. They also form organizations and clubs, one very unique one being secret societies. Secret societies began in 1825, and they all have different purposes that usually center around social things, honoring exemplary staff and students, or activism. Some societies are open, but some are very secret. One example of a very secret society is called the Seven Society. Nobody knows when it was formed, and nobody really knows what they do, except that they give donations to the university in dollar amounts ending in 777. Nobody knows who members are until after they die, when a banner shows up at their funeral, and the university bells toll in increments of 7 for 7 minutes on a 7th chord every 7 seconds. All according to the University of Virginia's magazine website. Yet another way for University of Virginia students to express themselves is the Beta Bridge. This bridge was built in 1923 as just another bridge on campus. Then, starting in 1926, students would paint sports scores on the bridge when Virginia won games. Then, in 1967, it started being a place where students would put, quote, messages, slogans, and graffiti. At first, this made the police, faculty members, and community very upset because they were basically defacing public property. But they've come to accept that it's a very important part of the way University of Virginia students express themselves. So much so that when an undergraduate student is applying for admission, you have to write an entire essay about what you would write on the Beta Bridge. The lawn is a tradition that gathers students together. The rotunda is what students center their learning around. The honor system is a way for students to learn to trust both themselves and others. And secret societies and the Beta Bridge are ways for students to learn to express themselves. This university is very unique in these traditions and methods, and it will be interesting to see what kind of new tradition future students come up with.